Hey, everybody, it's 7-Eleven. That's right, it's July 11th, which means if you live someplace where there's a 7-Eleven, you get a free Slurpee. It's free Slurpee Day. Hey, yay. Okay, speaking of free, see how I did that? It's time to look at all the bundles, freebies, and sale news for the week. And right at the top of the list, we've got from D&D Beyond, we've got a Spelljammer thing up on D&D Beyond. It's an adventure called Spelljammer Academy. Strixhaven in space, or I don't know. Hopefully it's better than Strixhaven. Unfortunately, it's D&D Beyond, which means if you have D&D Beyond, great, you can look at it, but you can't really print it out. I mean, you can, but it's bothersome. You can't copy it. The only on D&D Beyond stuff needs to be a little bit better handled. I mean, at least in my opinion, what do I know? Also for free, speaking of free, if you didn't know it, there's a free copy of Mork Borg available on Exalted Funeral's site. So, of course, that's something that I'll probably bring up again. If you don't already have the link is in the whatever it is down below. What do you call it? The thing where I put things. Sponsor me, Coke. I will sell out. All right. There's something called Shadow of Mog, which is a post-apocalyptic RPG. It's got a free edition available. Players take on the roles of ordinary members of the British public attempting to survive in a totalitarian state. Little close to home, considering what recently happened with the British, guy stepping down from Parliament. Other than that, I don't know anything about it. It's over on the Lee Line Press site, and it's a free game. For Savage World, we have a collection of new hindrances. It's a one-page PDF with new hindrances for things for Savage Worlds. Oh, Jesus Christ, I need more caffeine. Mondays. Am I right? Ba-dum-bum-ba. This is over on Thomas Davis's site and probably also on DriveThru. Want some more random encounters? Kristen Blair has put up a new section of random encounters called 1D100 1 Forest Encounters to throw at your characters when they're going through the forest. This is at Kristen Blair's website and also in DM's Guild. There's an adventure called The Elements of War from Tila Combs, dealing with various different elements. But that's not the elements you're thinking of. It's the elements of Earth, Jupiter, Neptune, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, and Saturn. So, yeah, I guess you fight the Sailor Scouts? Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of having a Jupiter elemental instead of a fire elemental. That's kind of cool and different. But also, are you just fighting the Sailor Scouts? Which, I mean, isn't a bad thing because the Sailor Scouts are awesome. But still. Bundles! DriveThru RPG has a Stranger Things flavored bundle going on. So it's a bunch of discounts on things that are sort of related to Stranger Things. Like Tales from the Loop, Kids on Bikes, Monsters of the Week, Demons and Demogorgons, all the other things. All the other games that came out right after Stranger Things that try and capture that weird 80s flashback idea. I don't know. I mean, I rode my bike around a lot at night in the valley during the 80s. I don't really remember anything that strange. I mean, the riots were pretty awful and the earthquake was pretty awful, and you'd see some gangbangers and stuff, but never once a ghost or an alien. There's a Call of Cthulhu 7th edition quick start rules available. It also comes with an adventure called The Haunting. It provides 3 different options for further explorations of the Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition Quick Start rules. It's got 3 adventures and some other stuff. It's available at the Quick Start rules for Call of Cthulhu. So I guess drive-through, it's $9. Fantasy Grounds has got a new bundle up for $40. It's got a whole bunch of stuff based around Icewind Dale. So maps, tables, tokens, and more for stuff that you might find around Icewind Dale. I don't know whether before or after Rime of the Frost Maiden. Remember Rime of the Frost Maiden? That was an adventure that Wizards of the Coast came out with. I mean, of all the Wizards of the Coast adventures that came out, like, you never hear that one come up. People still talk about Strixhaven till today, but Rime of the Frost Maiden is like the lost, forgotten D&D adventure, which means it was either so good that nobody could find anything to complain about it, or it was so bad that nobody could find anything to say about it, or it just didn't sell at all. I don't know. It's just something. I'm just going to throw it out there. It is the one D&D adventure 5e that we don't talk about. Weird. Charity bundles! Okay, we talked about bundles a bit before. I talked about them during one of my playthroughs on Minecraft. I will again right now if you didn't hear that discussion. If you support a charity or a cause, let's say you're pro Pineapple on Pizza, and there's a bundle where they're supporting Pineapple on Pizza, of which, there's maybe 100 games that are Pineapple on Pizza themed, or by people who like Pineapple on Pizza. But you want to support the charity, the fund of Pineapple on Pizza being a good thing. But, of these 1,000 games, maybe 3 or 4 are actually good. The rest are at best. And you're never sure if the artists are actually ever going to get those funds. So really, if you are pro Pineapple on Pizza or pro any cause, it's probably better just to give directly to the cause than to get a bundle. That's just my own personal opinion. My personal experience with the bundles that I've downloaded so far were it didn't really feel worth it. Half the games I'm never going to use. There were viruses and malware, and all these weird little niche, obscure things that don't really count as games. So at the end of which I've looked like, well, I would rather have just given the money directly to the charity instead of this bundle, because I don't know if the people actually ever got the money. And if there's just a product out there and it's on the bundle, but you don't want the whole bundle, just get the product from the guy who made it. Just support the artist. I mean, if you want to get Chalt stuff from Vengeance Sotanis, he's having a huge sale on his site for Chalt stuff. You don't have to go get a bundle because you want the one Chalt adventure on it. All right, that's my 2 cents, but you know what? Do whatever you want. If you support a bundle and you think the 1,000 games are worth your money, do it. Okay, so we have a bundle up from Itch.io about abortion. I guess this is developing funds to support abortion things. So if you are pro-choice and want to get 1,100 games by individuals who are also pro-choice and upset about the Supreme Court, here's a thing from Itch.io. Yeah, of course. Yeah. There's a Fading Suns 4th edition bundle putting together on Bundle of Holding. There's a game company whose name we haven't heard of in a while. Remember Fading Suns? Wow. This is a far future science fantasy RPG. The core collection gives you all 3 Fading Suns core rulebooks and a play kit. It's $15. And there is an Amazing Adventures 5e bundle up on Bundle of Holding, filled with a whole bunch of pulp action and adventure things using 5e rules, including like some Western stuff, the Amazing Adventures 5e core rules, so a whole bunch of different sort of pulp adventure stuff designed for Amazing Adventures. I think I have Amazing Adventures, don't I? I do. Yeah, this was on sale at Sage, at Cess Games and Anime during the going out of business sale. It is a Troll Lord Games product. I guess it is based on Dungeons and Dragons, the OGL, considering the stats. So I guess they've updated it to 5e. I've heard good things about this. I've never gotten around to reading it, but it was on sale and I always wanted it. So yes, it does exist, and I guess they've done an update, and there's a bundle with stuff about it, and it's $10. There are 3 bundles from Steve Jackson. For GURPS, we know that GURPS holds a very special place in my heart, considering how much stuff I created for them before they kicked me to the curb. They have the GURPS E4E Essential Box, which is, of course, all the generic core stuff you would need to run GURPS. That's $20. The second bundle is a GURPS Space bundle, which features all the kind of things you could do to maybe run a GURPS Psionics, GURPS Space, GURPS Future type game, including GURPS Space and stuff like that. And the third bundle is a fantasy bundle featuring GURPS Fantasy, GURPS Magic, some other stuff. All these are running about $20. There is a fantasy gaming fiction book bundle over on Asmodee's site. So these are a bunch of PDF books that have been written set in certain franchises like Legends of the Five Rings or Descent or Assassin's Creed. The PDF books go about $10 and support literacy foundations and literacy charities. There is a Frog God Games bundle, which includes a whole bunch of stuff that Frog God Games has made for the OGL and for 5e. 35 different products based around all the fun stuff that Frog God Games has made over the world years, including, of course, Rappin' a Thook. The bundle runs about $20 and goes to support the armed forces. There's a RPG Maker Resurrection bundle that gives you everything you need to create your own video games. It's all the PDFs and DLCs for the RPG Maker game, which is a video thingy that you can use to sort of make video games. This runs about $25. It goes to the Able Gamers charity, which is one of the many charities that, brings gaming devices to people who might have special needs and like specially designed, whatever, joysticks or stuff. So that's a good charity to support too. So if any of those sound interesting to you, most of them can be got from Drive-Thru or from DM's Guild. The Steve Jackson thing, I'm sure somebody's going to mention, hey, are you going to talk about the Steve Jackson letter? And I will talk about the Steve Jackson letter. Even though other people have already done it, but whatever. Anyways, I guess I gave a free shout out to Venger. So yeah, support Venger Satanis, or at least support his product. I do. So if you are pro pineapple on pizza, give the money directly to the Pineapple on Pizza charity and, avoid the bundles. And if you're pro a specific artist like me, just get download the stuff directly. That said, if the charity is something you really want to support and you think you need 1,000 PDFs, then yeah, I'd go, if I was going to do a bundle, I'd be doing like the ones that are like specific to one thing, like the Frog God Games one, because I like Frog God Games product. So, having a 5e version of Rappin' a Thook for $5, even though it's a PDF, that could be worth it. But still, yeah, always check them for viruses. I can't, say that enough. I've had my, computer infected by viruses from a bundle. I've had my identity stolen thanks to just dark web malware. So it's just better safe than sorry. And if you're ever wondering what Amazing Adventures was, it's this. So there's a 5e version of this. I've never played it. I've heard good things about it. That's it. If anything I said is something you're interested in, contact your favorite PDF site and get them. Till next time, I'm the man who cannot believe has he a degree in communication because blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I'm the OGGM. If you appreciate this nonsense, let me know. If you haven't had a chance to support or subscribe to my channel, please do. It helps me out and it helps you out. Until next time, caffeine. See ya.